Hello, my name is Kafui Day, and I'm standing outside the Manhyia Palace Museum. What's inside? Well, the person to tell me exactly that is coming up right now. Hello, sir.
Hello?
So you are popularly known as Teacher Kantanka,
That's right.
but your full name is Osaibunsu Safo Kantanka.
You're right.
You're a monarchical historian and pedagogist,
That's right.
which means you teach teachers.
Teachers.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about this wonderful building and what we're going to expect inside.
Okay. This building was originally the home of Ashanti kings. Two Ashanti kings, three have lived there. So that is why it is the home of Ashanti kings before it was converted into a palace museum. The history behind this edifice, it's has two sides, very happy side and a sad side. We start from the sad side. In 1896, British came in with a huge number of troops to fight the Ashantis. And the king at that time was Prempe the First. The mother was the queen of Ashanti, Nana Yecha. So they decided not to fight the British because it was impromptu. The British came in as negotiators. They were coming to negotiate, to visit, to pay visit to the king and have relations, have very good rapport with the king. When in fact that was not their intention. They came purposely to fight. So when it turned out that it was a real fight, the king decided in council with the queen and the elders of the state, decided not to fight and agreed that if anything at all, in order not to put the whole nation into jeopardy, they agreed that if they had taken them captives, they would agree to go. So they took them to Seychelles Island, and the British Army took the king and the queen, as well as other prominent chiefs who mattered at that time and still matter because of history. They took them first to Elmina Castle, stayed there for about almost a year, and then again took them to Sierra Leone. They stayed there for a number of years, and then Ashanti always demanded the return of their king. So the British noticed that if they did not take him to a very long distance, then the natural tendency of the Ashanti army coming to attack them and rescue their people was very high. So at Sierra Leone, the British found out that what made Ashanti that powerful was the golden stool. It was the golden stool that united them because they could not understand why for all these years Ashanti would not surrender. So having found out that it was the golden stool that kept them together, they decided to come and take the golden stool from the Ashantis and make them even more weak. When they sent troops, and then together with the British envoy, who was originally in charge of the Ashanti, when they took the king away, they stationed some British ambassadors here. So he was in charge of the Ashanti kingdom. The British envoy was in charge of the Ashanti kingdom. So together with the troops that the British brought, they decided to summon all the remaining chiefs and then ask them to present the golden stool to them to take away. And that was where the queen Yasantua was very furious that, okay, he was expecting the Ashanti chiefs to be up and doing without any negotiation and then just fight the British. But there was Ashanti was now being put together. So most of the Ashanti chiefs and then their generals felt no, that was not the right time to strike. And then, whilst negotiating, Asantua took lead. I think he was also the Ejuso Hema and the king of Ejuso, the chief of Ejuso, the paramount chief, as we call them, had been taken away to Seychelles together with the king of Ashanti. So his brother had been taken away, and then he was in charge of the Ejuso state. So he came in to represent the Ejuso state. So he was that powerful.
Asantewa,
Yes,
Yasantewa.
Antua, yes.
Very powerful.
Yes. So when he charged on the chiefs and the elders of the Ashanti kingdom that they were not being straightforward with what they should. They didn't behave as they usually behave, as soldiers, and then oppose the British.
So she expected them to fight.
Yes. So when they didn't, the British went back because they wanted the golden stool and nothing else. And then people, the intelligence, they had intelligence within, and they were helping them to trace where the golden stool was hidden. So Yasantua told them that they are not in charge of the golden stool. The one they had taken away to Seychelles, to wherever they have taken him to, is in charge. So they should bring that person to come and show them where the golden stool
Good
was.
negotiating tactics.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Smart.
then the British took it upon themselves to search for the golden stool
They didn't believe her,
themselves.
of course, yeah.
So somebody, one of their spies, who was himself an Ashanti, took them to a place he suspected the golden stool was hidden. And there, a sister of Yasantua at Ofinso, who was the queen of Ofinso then, also opened fire on the British soldiers. Yeah. So she was the first woman to fire gun during the British Ashanti War.
Does history record her name?
Yes, that is, she's called Afranua.
Afraniwa.
Afranua, queen of
Ofinso.
Ofinso.
So she's the first woman to fire a shot against the
fired
British.
the first shot against the British, and Yasantua also started organizing the men of war, and then she herself was in charge of everything. She was directing the war. She was in charge. At least when the men were not ready to take lead, she took the lead. And then the men, noticing that they're being ashamed, leaving everything on Yasantua, joined.
One time.
So this time, it was a war between the British and not just Yasantua and his men, but the whole of the Ashanti army within Kumasi and then in its environs. Joined, and the war began. And they were able to at least surrender a building which the British had built, that is a fort. They had built a fort where they were using as their administrative center and also their military barracks.
Does that fort still exist?
Yes.
Where is it?
It's in the center of Kumasi.
In
It
Edo?
is now, yes, it's now a military museum.
Oh, so the military museum was the fort.
Yes, a fort for the British.
Okay.
And so Asantua and his soldiers were able to push them to the fort and surrounded the fort. And I think about a mile radius.
Oh, wow.
So they kept the British and all those who were fighting on behalf of the British in there. A fort that should contain just about 500 contained about 3,000 people.
Safety
So
first.
yeah, so it was there that the British soldiers also fighting to come and free their people. opened serious negotiations and still fighting. So unfortunately for the Ashanti people, British wired, that is, they sent a message to the soldiers in India, soldiers in Jamaica, soldiers in Nigeria. So they came in their numbers.
They needed help.
And
Okay, so
yes,
reinforcements helped.
well, the reinforcement helped them to make their people flee from the from this from the castle or
Okay, the fort.
from the fort, and so that was with the coming in of the greater number of soldiers on behalf of the British, they were able to defeat the Ashantis, and then Asantua was in one area where she was commanding and then directing soldiers. And the people were able to get to where she was and then surrounded her to capitulation. So she capitulated, and then the war was over. The war started in 1900 and ended somewhere in 1901. That means
Quite a long time.
A long time. So when the British took over, they took over the administration of Ashanti and everything. They started to change chiefs and put their stooges at the helm of affairs. So when this happened, Ashanti was under the British, whilst their king, who was in Sierra Leone, had been taken away to Seychelles Island, because even in Sierra Leone, the Ashantis were marching to that place.
Taking far away.
Yes, yeah. So they felt that they should take him very far away so that Ashantis could not march to that place. That was what made the king of Ashanti and all the others, the king, the queen, and all the administrators of Ashanti taken to the Seychelles Island, just for distance. So between that period, Ashanti was under the British rule, because they had captured Yasantua and many others, court-martialed some of them, and some of them, like Brekum Hene, was court-martialed.
Chief of Brekum.
Yes, yes. That, so with this administration of the British, they came to another point when they felt that it was very difficult for them to rule. It was very, very difficult for them to rule. So that was the idea, when the idea of indirect rule had come to the British administration. So they said, if it is indirect rule, and then we need effective chiefs to help us rule the kingdom, which is now in our hands, then we need to bring back the king. So this, before then, a lot of pressure was on the British to
bring back the king.
Bring back the king all over the country of Ashanti and the Gold Coast. People were writing letters from the Gold Coast and from within Ashanti Kingdom itself, and pressure was mounting. So the British decided, okay, let's bring back the king. But they had bombarded the whole of the Ashanti Palace, the King's Palace.
Where was his king?
The King's Palace was the spot where we have the fort.
Oh, okay.
So they had taken over 3 miles radius.
Okay.
And then resettled people within the 3 miles radius, as British had taken over, and they started building their offices and other important edifices within the 3 miles radius. Yeah. So there was no place for the king to live if he was to return.
Come back, yeah.
The spot had been taken and British fort built there, and it was now a British administrative office. So they decided that they should find a place where to build a place to contain him if he should come back.
Yes.
And they were now certain that he was definitely going to come back. So then they negotiated with some of the chiefs around, and then this place originally was part of Tafo.
This
So
place was part of
yes,
Tafu before.
yes. So they negotiated, and the Tafo Hene agreed to give them this place
Okay.
to establish a place for the king
Okay.
during his return.
Indeed.
So that was 1925. They completed
This
the
place,
building
yes.
in 1925. But when they finished the completion of the building and the king returned, the king decided not to accept the the palace. He told the British that he wanted to pay for it
Ah.
to establish the fact that it was not a gift
Yes.
for him. He himself has built or has purchased it.
What do you think that was behind that thinking, that philosophy?
He didn't trust the British,
Okay.
whether there were bombs planted somewhere or. So, for 1 year, he lived outside this place. That was 1924. And in 1925, everything was complete. And then he moved in. He paid them before moving in.
Does history record how much he paid?
I think so, but I'm not, I have no knowledge about that.
So he paid money.
Yeah, he paid
Okay.
and then moved in as his palace.
Here.
Yes.
This building.
This building.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
That
just
was-
curious about the king, though. When he came back, could he still speak
Came
Chi?
back in, yes.
He could still speak
Yeah,
Chi?
he could still speak
Okay.
Chi.
All right.
And
Because he had been away for over 20 years.
yes, he was away for 28 years. But he could still speak Chi because all the group that went lived within one environment.
Okay.
The Ashanti people taken to
Yeah.
the Seychelles were all living together.
Okay.
So they were performing their normal duties
Yes,
as a
activities.
king and all that.
Okay.
So they spoke
So,
Chi over there.
What about Asante? Was she able to
Yes.
come back? She came back?
No, she died.
She died in Seychelles.
Yes, she died in Seychelles.
I'm also curious. Do you have Ashanti still in Seychelles now?
Yes, we have because when they went there, they got married to some of them.
Yes.
And so we still could trace.
Okay.
Occasionally they come, they pay visit
Yeah, of
here.
course.
And
Relatives are here.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
we still have Ashantis living in the Seychelles Island.
Interesting.
So this building was the palace for the first Prempeh the first, and then after him came Prempeh the second, then Opokuari. That is, they were all Ashanti kings who lived here.
They lived here.
Yes.
So this is a 100-year-old building.
Building.
1925 to now.
Yes. So when
Wow.
Opokuari built another palace behind this one.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's another palace behind
Yes,
this one.
behind this one.
Okay.
He moved in, and then when he moved in, he decided in 1995 to convert the old palace to a Manhyia Palace Museum.
Which is here.
Yeah, which is where we are at the moment.
Thank you so much for that history. I'm happy that we have the context.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious about what is inside the museum. Teacher Kantanka, before we enter the palace, you mentioned earlier that there was some intelligence that was given to the British that enabled them to do what they did. Who were these people who betrayed Ashanti?
Well, there were a lot of them, but they had their leader. Their leader was called Kwame Tua. Kwame Tua's name is evil. Anybody who mentions Kwame Tua, who shows any love for Kwame Tua, is seen as a traitor. So Kwame Tua, sometimes when somebody does anything pointing to betrayal, the person is called Kwame Tua, whether you are from Ghana or wherever you come from.
It's synonymous
Yeah.
with betrayal.
So this is Kwame Tua.
Okay.
Yes.
And so what happened to him? So he betrayed, the British took over.
Yeah,
What did they do with him?
Well, British took over, so they used him. They gave him a position in the palace. Jassy is in charge of the king's palace.
Jassy.
Kwame Tua was given the Jaswahene
Okay.
of Kumasi, who was in charge of the king's palace. And then, because chieftaincy had not died, it was still going on, everything going on. But the British had put their choice, their stooges
Okay.
in almost all the positions.
So these are the people that Kwame Tua was administering
yes.
over.
Kwame Tua was only in charge of the palace. The palace is a key section of the administration. So that is where Kwame Tua was administering until the return of the king.
Okay.
Okay. When the king came,
Was Kwame still alive when the king came?
yes,
Oh,
he was alive.
not
Kwame Tua-
comfortable.
yes, not comfortable, but
What did the king do to him?
Nothing, because a lot of negotiations and had gone on. So of course, still British were in charge because that is where they had Ashanti Kingdom and then the Gold Coast. So Ashanti was ruled
By them.
side by side with Gold Coast. So that is the Gold Coast was for the Ashantis. The Gold Coast was for the British, and Ashanti Kingdom was also being administered by the British.
How did Kwame Tua end?
Well, he was a horn blower.
Okay.
That is
Aben.
Aben, yes, in charge of Asante Beng. So
Okay.
he was moving from place to place where people were organizing parties and blowing for them
Okay.
for his survival.
Do people know where he's buried?
I think his family knows.
But Ashanti doesn't want to know.
Yes, we don't want to know.
And that's the story of Kwame Tua,
Yes, Kwame
the
Tua.
betrayer.
Yes.
Indeed. Okay, so I'm really curious about what's inside the museum, the Manhyia Palace Museum, and the best person to show us is the curator of the Manhyia Palace Museum, Sir Justice Brobe. Good to have you here. How long have you been in this job, sir?
Yes, 22 years now.
Wow.
Yes.
So, what's it like being a curator?
Yes, very refreshing, very enjoying. Like when like you understand what you're doing, you feel so good, and you feel so refreshing. I mean, doing the job that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. What kind of training do you need to become a good curator?
We in Ghana we don't have the museum is not well known in Ghana. So I was working here as an administrative secretary, and I was working under the former curator. He was the first curator, and our elders saw that no, the man was aging, and therefore they needed a replacement. And because there was no training center in Ghana, I was sent to Canada for museum studies. So there that they are on top. So I was taken through for 2 years. I came back.
What kind of subject did you study in Canada for museum
Yes, we
studies?
study exhibition, the museum administration, and the collections management. You see, the items they call them collections or artifacts. So collections management, we have the policy that governs the artifacts and everything. So these are some of the things that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see you enjoy your job.
Yes, I do.
All right.
I do.
What's the best thing about this job?
Yeah, this thing, so telling people about our way of life, our past, and how best we can learn something from it. You see, sometimes people say "bejimbre,"
Meaning?
they're uncivilized those times, thinking that our forefathers were uncivilized. But if you study the way they live their lives, they tell you, as we enter, we see the gold that were looted by the British some 150 years ago, and you see the ingenuity, the creativity of our forebears. They had no formal education, no training, yet they were able to create what we are going to see, telling you that yes, they were civilized. They were, endowed with knowledge, and they were able to create this. So don't say it's uncivilized. Yeah. So that gives me joy, imparting this type of knowledge to the generation.
Yeah, I can see it all over your face.
Yes. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges of this work?
Because the Manhyia Palace Museum is a private museum, the only private museum in Africa. And sometimes the finances and everything, sometimes getting the right people to work with, because we don't have the needed funds to, pay. But all in all, that has been the challenge that we face. Apart from that, yeah, if you look at the patronage, we are doing our best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes,
I want to
let's
see
go.
what's inside. So you're going to take us on this tour.
So, Manhyia Palace Museum, this building, as you see, was put up by the British colonial government. Put up by the British colonial government in the year 1925 for Nana Prempeh I, who had returned from exile after 28 years. Nana Prempeh I was the 13th Asante king, and he was arrested in the year 1886. First was sent to Elimina Castle, then to Sierra Leone, finally to Seychelles. In all 28 years, he was brought back in the year 1924, and they gave this house to him as a compensation. But Asante refused it, paid the full cost of the house before the king moved in. But the fear was that they could come back one day to claim ownership.
Yes, so you paid?
We paid. Because Asante rich.
How much was this building? Do you know?
Yes, some say about £5,000 at that time.
In 2025?
2025, yeah.
100 years ago.
100 years ago, yeah. So, yeah, we paid for it because we knew these people. Yeah, we
didn't trust them?
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
At all. So,
all right. So
yeah.
here we are.
Yeah, here we are. So, Nana Prempeh, after paying for the price of this house, moved in as the 13th Asante Hene. And you see, whilst in Seychelles, he was baptized into Anglican faith. So when he came back, he didn't want to involve himself in kinship matters.
Did they give him a Christian name?
Yes.
What was his Christian name? Edward.
Yeah,
okay.
Edward.
All right.
And you see, but so Asante told him, no, for the 28 years we were away, we were still waiting for you. We knew one day you'll come back. So you have to go and continue your kingship. So he continued to rule the kingdom from 1926 to 1931 when he passed on. Yeah. So that is Nana Prempeh I. So after him, two other kings also lived here. Nana Prempeh II and Nana Opokuwara II. He lived there for only 4 years. So whilst here, he was building a new palace. So after completion, he moved to the new one. And this place was used for that purpose until 1995. When he was celebrating his 25 years in 1995, this was converted into a palace museum.
So this was the living quarters of the kings?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So
that's where...
This was the courtyard? There
was a courtyard, so the king would sit in there. Yeah.
The king would sit here?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a story. The building is a story building. The upstairs for their residence and downstairs administration.
Okay, so he lived on top?
Yes, they live on top. So the first room about to enter, because they are here, maybe, I don't know, you will come back. And,
okay, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So where are we going to now?
You're going to the office of the late kings.
Ah.
Yeah.
This is where they came to work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that is, but before we enter, I want to talk about this color painting. This is the first colored painting to Asante Nation. It was painted by a white Hungarian woman. This woman was an artist. The husband was working in Kumasi in the 50s. So the woman had paid a visit to the husband, and her visit coincided with the celebration of festival, Akweside. So together with the husband, they were special guests to the king. So being an artist and seeing how beautiful the king was dressed, and there was no color printing, he took a picture of the king, sent it back home, painted him, and brought it back to him as a gift.
So this is the original?
Original one.
I see the name there.
Yeah.
Kumasi 1950.
1950, yeah.
J. Brezhnev or something.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
50. So 75 years this year.
This is a 75-year-old?
75-year-old.
So this would be the king sitting in state at...
You are right.
What is Akweside?
Akweside, the next Akweside falls on the 17th next month.
Okay. So what is it?
Akweside simply means a day set aside to honor our forebears, our ancestors. They have been with us, and we honor the contributions of them. Akweside simply means a state of being asleep. In actual sense, when the king passes, the body is not buried. The body is embalmed, and we keep the remains at a place called the mausoleum. That place is sacred. Nobody goes there apart from the king and some few chiefs. The king goes there twice every 42 days to the Asante every 42 days represent 1 month.
Okay.
That is when we have the festival.
So 7 weeks, 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yes.
Every 6 weeks.
Every 6 weeks.
Okay. So that's your calendar.
That is it. So the king goes there early in the morning to pay homage to them, to seek for their blessings, their protection. And in the afternoon, he comes to sit in state for people to pay homage to him. So that is where, when you go there, you see the remains of all the late kings being laid. Yeah,
And it's only the king who can go there.
only the king and some few chiefs.
Okay.
And we believe that the king does not die. He transitions to another world. So that is where we keep the remains of them. So that is the painting, the first color painting to Asante Kingdom in the year 1950.
75 years.
You are right.
Looks good.
Good.
All right.
So right now we are entering the office of the late kings.
Okay.
That is where they ruled the kingdom from. So that is the office.
Oh, I see a chair here.
So we see the decks, we see the throne, the old telephones, and we see the pen used by the late king, Otumfo Pokwa II. We know Asante Hene uses green ink to sign documents.
Why?
So maybe to distinguish his from ours.
Okay.
So anytime somebody tells you the king has sent you a letter and it's in a green ink, then it's not true.
So he still uses green ink?
He's still there. Yes, currently, the king still uses it. So we have the bronze head of the 14th king. I will tell you more about him at appropriate time.
Is he the one whose picture is outside?
You are right.
Okay.
You are right. So that is the 14th king.
Tufo Santini, Osei
Ajman Prempeh II. You are right.
Okay.
Of course, we have the flag of Ghana. And I also have the flag of Asante.
Okay.
The flag of Asante. That is the flag of Asante.
Okay.
What
do the colors represent?
The colors yellow, black, and green. The yellow represents money, rich in gold. The black, the strength of the people. The green, the fertility of the land. So together we say the rich black man in the forest.
Rich black man
in the forest. In our dialect we say Osikeni bibinia otine kwayim.
Osikeni bibinia
otine kwayim. So that is the meaning.
Rich black man in the forest.
You are right.
So this is to give the Asante people a sense of pride.
You are right.
That you are all rich black men in the forest.
Yes,
and
we were and we continue to be. So we were rich before the colonizers came in. So we were rich in gold, intelligence, and everything. And you see the logo of our king. This logo comprises 3 powerful animals. Because we have the eagle, we have the python, and we have the crocodile.
Where's the eagle?
So let's check it from here. Okay. Proper. You see the beat of the eagle?
On top.
Yeah, you see the skin. You have the skin of the crocodile.
Yeah.
And you have the skin of the python.
Okay.
So together.
What is this?
This is just a decoration. Yeah.
So eagle,
crocodile, and
what's the significance of
you see, these animals are powerful in the air. The eagle has sharp eye, and the crocodile can in the rivers.
Yes.
And the python on the earth. So Asante Hene represents these animals in those times fighting, even today, very strong in wherever you see find Asante Hene. So that is the meaning of the flag. And also,
these telephones work at some point in time.
Yes.
I see this one, exchange, extension, extension, exchange held.
Yes, so that was because
extension to exchange.
So you can see, So
you wind it?
Yeah. You pick. And this one, sorry, remember this one?
Yes, these are the really. The dial.
Yeah, the dial. Good.
Wow.
Good.
And then this one.
This one
more modern.
Yes, this one look modern. Yeah.
If you go home, nobody can reach you. When you go out, people can't reach you, man. Yeah, so you have to be in the office.
That is it. Let me talk about this map.
Okay.
This is the map of Asante before Ghana was born. Ghana is only 68 years. Asante is more than 350 years. So that was the extent of Asante Empire before Ghana was born.
Is it the purple lines?
Yes.
Okay.
So you see, and it covered almost the entire nation. Ghana. Yeah.
Tichiman.
You are right.
Lineage,
good.
Ashanti, all of that.
Yeah. Okay. So that was it. And it even went beyond even then Gold Coast to part of Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes,
if you have read your history well, the Bauli people in Côte d'Ivoire, yes, that part of Côte d'Ivoire was founded by the Asante, the Adako people who migrated from Kumasi and settled at the place. And the name was Abena Puku. But when you go there, they called her Abla Puku. Abla Puku. Okay. So that was the first president of Cote d'Ivoire, Felix Bonny. Yes, we are right. And his son, Conan Bedi, also became, so they are all Akan, all that, they're Asante.
So Asante shared borders with Kwewu?
Even before, that Kwewu was even part of it. You see, Kwewu Hene, they are the Mampon people. So when somebody can even from here, from Mampon area, go there and become, and it's like Drabin and Koforidua in Eastern region.
So have the links.
Yes, they have the links. So that is how it. So Kwewu was part of Asante before the 1957. Before 1874, before the Segrenti War, Asante covered almost the entire nation, Ghana, and after Segrenti War, that most of the states decided to succeed to their, and even that until recently that we divided the Bruno Ahafo, about 75% in that area belong to Asante. And even today, even though the division does not mean that those who find themselves in other, we do not owe allegiance to the Golden Stones. So we have the Sampa, we have the Nkranza, we have the Wenchi. They are all part of Asante Kingdom.
Okay. Whose books are these?
So the books, Nana Prempeh the first, he was the first literate Asante Hene. When he was in Seychelles, he received formal education. So when he came back, he was the first literate, and he read. He even wrote a book.
He did?
He did. He wrote a book, but unpublished.
Okay.
But now we have the published one.
Good.
Yeah. So Nana Prempeh, and Nana Prempeh the second also uses the Bible, or even have the Quran here. Asante Hene welcomes everybody. So it doesn't matter you are religious, faith, or whatever. Asante Hene welcomes you. And so that is some of the books used by our kings.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the first living room.
All right.
This is the first room office.
Okay.
And we come here. And we have the first living room. The first living room where the king received visitors, the ordinary people, the students, the market women. Nana Prempeh the second lived here for 39 years. So that is the chair.
This is where he would sit.
Yes. So this chair is very important that we don't encourage anybody to sit or touch on it. Because you may have similar chair or this chair at home. But the difference between yours and these ones are that these ones have been ritualized to empower the king whenever he uses it. And
what does that mean for somebody who doesn't
know?
So
it goes through so many. As Santis, we are notoriously and incurably religious. So there's nothing that we do that there's no religion, the religious aspect. So spiritually, we empowered. You go through some rice to make it more powerful.
What will happen if a non-Asante Hene sat in this chair?
Beginning that we were trying to scare people that if you're a man and you sit on it, you may lose your power.
No, we don't want to lose our power.
So maybe you can try.
No, I like my power, please.
So yes, you don't.
How about women? Those are things that Africans fear to lose.
You're right. Yeah. And we have the first television to Asante Nation.
Okay.
1965, the Sanyo.
Ghana Sanyo.
Ghana Sanyo.
It's manufactured in Ghana.
Assembled
in Ghana.
Yeah, assembled in Ghana. Assembled in Ghana. Good. And at that time, before one could watch a television, you had to book an appointment because it was not easy getting a television to watch, and it was only the affluent could afford it. So Nana Prempeh,
this was his TV.
Yes, that is the TV.
This is 1965. This is the year that GTV was founded.
You are right.
Almost 60 years ago.
You are right.
Wow.
You are right.
Of course, and they presented to him. Why not?
And we have this.
Yes, pictures. What is this?
This is Asante architecture. You know, Asante started building their own houses before colonizers or the colonization and everything. And there's a place called Adanse in Asante. They are expert in building our buildings.
Is that what it means? Adansi,
So
builder
the
of
builders,
house.
you
Builders
are right.
building.
You are right.
Oh,
So
builders.
that is the. You see, they have a big courtyard.
Yes.
And the rooms built
Around it.
We have one kitchen. We have the bathroom, one bathroom, and we have the patum. The patum is a place where the elders will sit to adjudicate cases and sit to
Like a court.
You are right.
Yeah.
So that is, and it has only one entrance, and those times for both entrance and exit.
Okay.
For a purpose. The purpose was for security and for monitoring purpose. In those times, there was the wars and the other. We needed to know who goes out, who comes in. Yes.
So you watch the same place.
You are right.
Out.
You are right.
Okay. All right.
And this
What is
one,
this?
I've already talked about this one. This is the mausoleum. When the king passes or goes to the village, you don't say the king is dead. We say the king is gone to the village. And when the king goes to the village, the remains are not buried. The remains are embalmed. And we keep them at a sacred place. That place, nobody goes there apart from the king and some few chiefs. The king goes there twice every 42 days. On a day of the celebration festival, the king goes there, and a day after the celebration, he goes back to express his thanks and appreciation.
Okay.
So for the successful celebration.
What is this receptacle?
Yes, this is a brass pan. This brass pan has a history. We believe that our ancestors came all the way from heaven with it, with a golden necklace and everything. And this pan was placed at the entrance to the mausoleum. So this pan, we don't have it with us now. It is with the British Museum because somebody told them that was where human sacrifices were made, and we collected the blood in it. So they seized it and took it away. But that is not the case.
Was it Kwame Tua who was doing that business?
No.
Not him.
no, couldn't come with you. So this is the brass pan that identified ourselves with, because our ancestors, Nana Achiwenyame, came with it. And because of misinformation, this pan had been seized, or was seized by the British, and is currently with them.
It's still there.
It's still there with them.
Can we get it back?
Yes, we are hoping, as they've started bringing some.
Yeah, some
so I
artifacts
know
back.
with time, the fan still works.
Really?
Yes, as old as this building.
It's not been ritualized, has it?
No.
So can I put it on?
Yes, you can turn the black pot.
This one?
Upwards, yes. Turn it to the end. Turn it.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah, turn it.
Yeah.
Good.
How old is this fan?
So as old as this, but 1925.
Let me file the breeze.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the sound effects.
Yeah.
100-year-old fan.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Good.
Speed regulator, GEC, General Electric Company.
Yes.
Oh, GE, they should be happy to see this.
Yes.
100-year-old fan still working.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So that is it. And we see this commemorative mirror. This is the mirror gifted to Nana Prempeh II by the first president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, when Ghana had the independence on 6 March.
Nice.
So that is the commemorative mirror. We then have the Ghana's.
Yeah.
Yes.
The eagle there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
and that's Nana Prempeh.
yeah, you are right.
The first.
Yes, the second.
The second, that's the street in Kumasi is named after him.
Yeah.
Remember the second
yeah,
street?
Good.
Yeah.
And I also have the gramophone.
Oh, nice. For music.
Yeah, music. So
Okay. What kind of music is here?
that is it. And
Okay.
today is a home theater and the rest. So that
Yes,
was what
so
they
this was
used
it?
to- Yes. and
Long
also-
before MP3.
Yes.
Yeah,
you are
concertos.
right. And you see the radio, the Akasanoma radio. You
Oh,
see,
like-
it was
like a stool.
Yeah, like a stool. Yeah. So that is a Akasanoma radio. Yes. So
Nice.
It's a nice.
Medium wave, short wave 3, short wave 2, short wave 1. Oh,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a radio.
Yeah, that's the radio.
What's that picture behind us?
That picture, yes, you were talking about the Prempeh II Street.
Yes.
That was the street then.
The one that is in town now.
Yes, that was the street then.
No way.
Yes.
You have stores and-
1890s. So that was how it was, yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So now you see the...
What is this?
So this is the decks that was presented to Nana Prempeh II by the Carpenters Association of Ghana.
This from UAC.
Yeah,
United
UAC, yeah.
Africa Company Limited.
Yeah.
Wow, 1953.
Yeah, so
Presented to Asante.
Asante Prempeh II. And we have these two rocks. They are gold ore. Gold in its natural form.
I can say it's sparkling.
Yes. So that is gold that was presented to the King Otumfuo Pokwa II in the year 1995.
So this is gold sparkling there?
Yes, you are right. Gold. Gold.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what
Yeah.
people are fighting for.
Yes, and we have the miniature cocoa pot.
Okay.
Yes, so and we have the chest using the Dinkra symbols, and then we have the board.
Okay, so what
That
games
was
were played here? This is
That is the favorite game of the late King Otumfuo Pokwa.
what did he play?
And the chess.
Chess. He played chess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So those are the chess pieces over
you're
here.
right. You're
Oh,
right.
With the Adikra symbols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All
Good.
right.
Good.
Nice.
So let's come to
Ooh.
So we so far we have 16 Asante kings and 14 queen mothers since the formation of Asante Kingdom in the year 1695.
What is the role of the Queen Mother?
The queen mother is the female chief, and she plays she complements the role, the duties of our king, and his main duty is the domestic issues.
Okay.
And also you also have some towns that you also takes care of them.
Is the Queen Mother always the mother of the king?
No,
Not always.
No. The queen mother is either the mother of the king, the sister, or the sister's daughter.
So everything's matrilineal.
Matrilineal.
Why are Ashantis matrilineal?
So that is where we believe that our forebears, our ancestors, they were led by a woman. So the woman we call Nana Achiwenyame. So he was the first woman that we trace our ancestry from.
Okay.
So that is the reason we practice matrilineal system of inheritance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the current Queen Mother?
The current queen mother's name is Nana Amakonedu Yadom, the third.
Okay.
The firstborn of the late Asante Hema. And
Which is the current king's mother.
the current king's mother.
So it means it's the king's sister.
You are right.
Okay.
You are right. So now...
Is she older than the king?
Yes,
She's
she's
older than the
older.
king. Okay.
She's older. The king is 75.
Yes.
She is almost 100 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's a brother and a sister from the same mom.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
So...
Do they choose Asantenis?
No.
Queen mothers?
So let me continue from here so I'll answer your question. So the 14th king of Asante, Otumfuo Osei Ajima Prempeh II, he was king from 1931 till 1970. He was 39 years before he was installed and ruled for another 39 years. So he passed on at age 78 in the year 1970. And that is the 12th queen mother of Asante, Nana Amakonedu Yadom III. She was queen mother from 1945 to 1977. In Asante, whenever we see the queen mother and the king, they are not husband and wife. They can't marry. They are from the same royal family. So when you see them like this, either mother and son, or a brother, a sister, a nephew, a niece. So not father
And a mother.
and
As it's in other countries.
yes. So it could be yes. It's either the king and his mother, the king and his sister, the king and his
Auntie.
You are
From
right.
his mother's side.
You are right.
Okay.
So when the king dies, it is the queen mother that selects a new king from the royal family.
Ah.
Yes.
She has that power.
Yes, that is the right of the queen mother to select, and she has a maximum of 3 options. When the queen mother selects a new king, she presents the person before the kingmakers.
Okay.
The kingmakers are the cabinet minister, the Jasi, and others.
Okay.
So they will investigate the life of the king before the king is accepted.
Okay.
Where the kingmakers have an issues with the king, the queen mother had no choice but to nominate another person.
Aha.
So he has 3.
She has 3 options.
3 options.
Have any of them run out of options before?
No.
Normally by the third one, you get
No,
somebody.
the first one we get the
First one.
nod. Yeah, the first one we
Okay.
get the nod. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So It is the king that selects a new queen and the queen mother selects a new king. So that is how it is. And 3 kings lived in this house. He was the longest to live here for 39 years. For 39 years he lived in this house. He fathered 21 children with only 8 wives. So that's 4.
Why only 8 wives?
Why only 8 wives? Because Asante has limitless number. He can marry any number.
Okay.
He chooses.
Which of the Asantenes married the most women?
The one who was exiled to say she has 9 wives.
Okay.
Yeah. 9 wives.
9 wives?
Yeah.
Am I permitted to ask how many wives Nana has?
Yeah, you can.
How many wives has he got?
Only 1.
Okay.
But he has several stew wives.
What is a stew wife?
The stew wives is the wives of the late kings.
Okay.
So when a new king comes, he marries the wives of the late kings. That's our tradition.
I see.
Yeah, he can even make children for the late kings.
Oh, he can?
Yeah, he can.
Okay.
He can do that.
Can I ask whether this king has made children with the stew wives?
No, because most of them are aged.
Okay.
Most of them are old.
Okay.
Even the king has the right to demand a replacement for the family that he wants to make children for the late kings. For instance.
For real?
Yeah, for real. For instance, if...
Go ahead, my brother.
For instance, if the king has the desire to make children for a particular family.
Yes.
Because we have families that the kings will marry from. The king will say, okay, the current wife of the late king is old. Is past menopause. So I want a replacement. The king can go to the family of that lady and choose somebody from and make children for the family.
Can they say no?
No, hey. If the king himself come into your family and say, I want to marry you, will you say no?
The family actually say, go with him.
Will you say no? So it's
an honor, right?
It's honor.
Okay.
Not to see the king and the family. So that is how it is. He caters for them, provides everything for them till they die.
What's the role of the king's wife?
The king's wife is the king's wife.
What is her title in Ashanti? What do you call her?
It Ohineire. That's it.
Ohineire.
The Ohineire. Ohineire.
So she doesn't sit in state with the king?
No,
She doesn't?
no. Traditionally, she doesn't have any role.
Okay.
So it is the queen mother, it is the king. And the queen mother, or if there's a program, we see sometimes the wife is part of the program, sitting beside, but not traditionally, no.
What of the role of the king's father? What is it?
The king's father is same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. You are the father.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
What's the title?
Ohineja.
Ohineja. Okay.
Yeah, Manhyia.
Right.
So that is how it. So that is our king, the 14th king of Asante.
Why do you have less queen mothers than
So
kings?
you know it. You see, women. I don't know whether your wife has ever asked you, when are you making your will?
No,
because they know very.
Most of the time they will leave us. We will leave them. We will leave them. So is that him saying?
Yeah, so that is him
right here.
And that is
That's
yes,
her.
you are right.
Okay, all right.
And you see
This dresser though.
Yes, you see. Sometimes people say, why is it that the Asante and the British are still at peace with each other? Looking at how they were treated and everything. But aside everything, Asante and the British are one. During the Second World War, Asante contributed a lot to the British.
In troops?
In troops,
okay.
And even financially. And you see the king, when he was knighted by the British,
This king sitting here?
Yes, okay. Nana Prempeh the second. So you see him, and he even was more or less part of he was commanding the army of Asante. So you see him, and you see him and one of the wives.
Okay.
Honestly,
one of the 8?
Yeah, one of them.
Okay.
Yes, one of them, yes.
Did they rotate when they went out? Or
no,
was only one
the one. Yeah, only one.
What about this dresser?
So
that's the story behind this one.
You see, the king was in the upstairs. And the visitor, this room was used by the late kings to entertain dignitaries. So the king will come all the way from the top, through this door, make sure everything is set.
Okay.
Then he received the visitors here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he'll sit here?
The king will sit here.
And
that is where...
Yes. And the visitors will sit around here.
You are right.
Okay.
So this is the room, yeah.
Okay.
So the room that the king will... Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
And what are these photos?
So, you see, 1935, Asante Confederacy. It was during the time of Nana Prempeh I. You see, when Nana Prempeh I returned from exile, The British made him Kumasi chief. In the eyes of the Asante, he was Asante Hene, but in the eyes of them, he was Kumasi chief. So it took the bravery of the Nana Prempeh II to reorganize, win them back to the kingdom. Because I told you, when 1874 war, Asante was weakened. So most of the states went in a separate way. So it took the bravery, the wisdom of the king to bring them back again. So we call it the Asante Confederacy, 31st January 1935. That was when all of them came together, and he was signing the document, yes, indicating that now you are together again.
90 years ago.
Yes, you're right. And that is some of the Nana Prempeh's first, second, with some of the 21 children.
Was this taking place here? Was
Yes.
this photo taken here?
Yes.
So this is some of his 21 children?
Yes, in front of the, yeah.
Wow.
Some of the, so about 3 of them are still alive.
3 of his children are still alive.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then this last photo.
So that is Bishop Arthur. Bishop Arthur, the Methodist bishop in Kumasi, having we paid a visit to the king here that you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Asante, aside the fact that they also practice their own religion, they welcome other faiths. So, and it was during the time Nana Prempeh II, Nana Prempeh I, that most of the missionaries were welcome to Kumasi. They established their churches in Kumasi. We have these 4 medals. These medals were all given to Nana Prempeh II. The first one here was given to him by the first president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, Order of Volta. President Williams of Liberia.
This one?
Yes, Tapman Williams of Liberia. Liberia. The Love of Liberty. And the king was also honored with this by Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, the Lion of Judah.
Oh,
the Lion of
Judah.
The
Lion of Judah.
Yes, the Lion of Judah.
Okay.
And the king was knighted by the British, KBE, Knight of the British Empire. So he was called Otumfuo Sir, or Say Ajima Prempeh the second. Yeah.
So Ghana, Liberia, Ethiopia, UK.
You're right.
Okay.
Good. So
where are these thrones?
These thrones.
Who owns these thrones?
These thrones. This one was used because they were shedom. Literally, look at the crowd. So this one was used by Otumfuo Pokuwa the second. Pokuwa Prempeh, and this one was given to the current king by Central Regional House of Chiefs.
This one.
This one. And this one from the Buckingham Palace, given to the current king by the late Queen Mother Elizabeth. The late queen in...
I'm seeing lions.
Yes.
I'm seeing lions around there. This one has people.
Yeah, so...
People,
this is from Central Region, and this one from Buckingham Palace. Okay. It was a gift. That was the exact seat the king sat on at the Buckingham Palace. So it's given to him back as a gift.
Okay.
And this one last year was Otumfuo's 25 years on the throne. And there's a nation in Niger.
Okay.
In Africa, one of the African countries, they gifted this one and horses.
Oh, okay.
To the king. You see, when you trace the origin of Asante, there's a connection between the Asante and the Nigerians. So, like, we believe that looking at our practices, our values, they are almost similar to the Mesopotamia, the Israelites. Okay. So from there, they move all the way to Ethiopia, the Egypt, Mali Empire, Songhai Empire, and these people... Then before finally they moved through the northern part of Ghana and finally settled here. Yeah. So there's a connection between the Asante and the Nigerians. And this one was given to the King Otumfuo Prempeh II, and by Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. That was the exact seat he was using whilst visiting the school or the university. So that is Shedom, one of them. And this room...
It's a footstool, right?
This is a footstool, yeah.
What is the belief about touching the ground?
Yes, this footstool, the footrest, they call it akrokrowa. You see, the king's legs don't touch the ground when he's seated in state.
Why not?
And this one has the potency. We believe that, especially at Manhyia here, everybody knows where the king was set. And somebody can... poison, destroy. So this one has the potency to nullify whatever juju, whatever has been placed
there. Like a spiritual bulletproof.
You are right.
Okay. Have these chairs, have they all been ritualized?
Yes.
So nobody should sit in there?
No, I don't encourage you to sit. That's it. So this room was used by the late king to entertain dignitaries.
Okay.
And when they came here, they were served with wine, champagne, whiskey.
Okay.
Let me show you some crystals that were used to serve them.
Okay.
So this one is opened.
Ooh, nice. And these were the glasses. Decanters and various glasses.
Yeah, so like this open to you.
Yeah.
You choose the one you want because we have visited the king thinking that today they have to drink more wine than the rest. So we asked to pick your own glass. Which one will you have chosen?
It's something that could give me some good red wine, you know? Yeah. One of these guys, man. Yeah. If I wanted some brandy, I'll go for the short ones. Yeah.
Maybe lucky you. But if you had chosen the big one, water would have been given you.
Straight up.
Straight.
I like that.
Telling you, don't be greedy.
Don't be greedy. Yeah,
Don't be greedy.
I'll go for that one.
So that was how.
Oh, I like that. I like the tech.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a grandfather's clock?
You're right.
All
You're
right.
right.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So where is this?
The dining room.
Okay.
Here was the dining room, and we have the table. You know, in those times, the king dined alone.
He alone?
Alone. And it was a male cook who prepared the king's food.
Why?
Not the king's wife.
Why?
Why? I want the lady to answer this question for me. You see, I told you the king had more than one wives.
Yes.
And what do you think will happen?
Competition. Somebody can deal with him.
You are right.
So a male chef
Yes.
dealt with his
And
food.
even today,
He still has a male chef.
yes. Today, same thing.
Okay.
So we have this object on the table.
What is it?
Ebusianyiwa, the family bowl, with the 3 replica heads. Because 2 or 3 heads are better than 1.
Okay.
So in the evening, during the meal, all the men in the same house will enjoy the meal together. So when my wife is done, the rest of the men, when I say men, I mean married men.
Okay, if you're not married, you're not a man?
You are a boy. So whilst the children were eating, you'll be eating with them. So telling you are ready, get married. And
How about women? If a woman is not married, she's a girl?
yes, because all the women too will be eating together, our wives. If you're not married, you are not part of it. You're not part of it.
Pressure.
And all the children,
Too much pressure, man.
and all the children too eat together,
Okay.
saying that we are one
Okay.
in the family, so that we can't poison anybody through food.
Yes.
Because we're all eating
You're
together.
eating with your people.
You are
But I
right.
thought you said the king ate by himself.
The king alone. Wait, this is a
This is a
typical-
representation
Yes.
of what will be happening out there.
You are right.
Okay, it's good.
You are
I get
right.
you.
And assuming yesterday we ate together and today you are not ready to eat with me, what do you think? Something has happened. The elders will see it and call you and
Yeah.
solve everything.
We should all eat
So
together.
the concept was I am because we are. And since we are, therefore I am. So that was how they lived their lives in those times.
I like it.
Yeah. The fridge still works.
No way.
75 years this year. We've never changed the motor. We've never filled the gas. It still works.
1950 to now.
You're right.
Look at the ice. Woo!
So
75-year-old.
75 year
What
old.
brand of fridge is this, man? The manufacturers must be proud of this.
Yeah, Amcor 10.
Wow.
Amcor 10.
Amcor 10.
Yes.
I don't think they even manufacture them again.
I don't think so.
Amcor 10, a 75-year-old fridge, still working.
Okay.
Awesome. And then these must be, the cutlery.
Yes. So these are the coffee cups that were brought by Nana Prempe the first from Seychelles.
Oh, these came from Seychelles.
Yes, Seychelles, and Nana Prempe the second also used them. You see the teapot.
Also came from Seychelles.
From the Seychelles. So that was the Indian Ocean of Madagascar. So that is the teapot.
Oh.
And you see, the tea and the coffee, I always tell people, tea and coffee were not part of our menu.
No.
And you see, Asante, our menu continues to be fufu in the morning, fufu in the afternoon, fufu in the evening. So anytime you hear Asante fasting, every food is permitted with the exception of fufu. You are fasting. So, so that is our concept. You see, our grandparents will eat rice. He will tell you, today, I've not eaten at all.
The fufu has to go down.
You're right.
Yeah,
So that is how we fasted in those times. So we see some glasses. So we go upstairs.
Yes. What will we see upstairs?
So there's at the upstairs that we are going to see the rare gold. The gold that were looted by the British in the year 1874, 1896. You are going to see.
We want to see it.
Yeah.
We want to see it. How come they came back? How come the things that were looted, they've come back?
Yes, they come back, but on loan.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound bad.
Why do you loot my stuff?
Yes.
And then 150 years later, you give it back to me
Yes.
as a loan. It means it still belongs to you.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
how did that work out?
Yes. So see, now these items that were looted by the British or the British colonial government, some of them got into private hands. The individuals, some of them auctioned them to cater for their family, and the British Museum, Victoria and Albert Museum, purchased them. So now they are regulated by Act of Parliament, the law of antiquity.
Okay.
So you can't just go and take them out.
Okay.
So we need some laws to be amended
Sure.
and other things before these items are brought. So even though they trace the origin from Asante, but in actual sense, if you say there's a war booty that they can't go and say it's yours.
It's the spoils of war.
So, but our king is so in wisdom, he's very good. So he negotiated with them, telling them as part of his 25 years on the throne, he wants some of them back to let people know that our forebears were civilized, they were intelligent, they were creative, they were ingenious, so that people will also learn something from it. Then we have our beautiful kente.
Okay.
Kente.
What does the word mean?
Kente is it comes from like the Anansi weaving his web and everything. So spider. There was two brothers who went on hunting. They saw how this animal was weaving, and they came back home and so also learned something from it. So it's like kente. And the way you use the basket.
Kente is basket, yeah. So the weaving.
The weaving action. So then got it to kente.
Okay.
So now it is being used worldwide.
Yes.
So that is the kente. These items too were acquired by a white man and was sent to British Museum, and he decided to donate them to the museum for good.
Okay.
So even though he bought it from here, but he had decided to bring them
back.
So you're back to us.
I understand the kente cloths all have names.
They have names.
Okay.
You have Ejuna-san, Ejunso, so many of them.
Okay.
So we have a small book that talk about all these things.
Is there a weaver who weaves for the king?
Yes. You see, in those times, kente was a royalty. Nobody was allowed to put on kente except the king. So, but today it's available, you buy it. But we have a particular family that makes the king's cloth.
A family?
And a family. And I've been told that this family, these individuals, even though they're a family, but they live apart. So that when the need arises for them to bring a new design, each one of them will give in a specific thing to do. And after that, they join them together. So the one at this place may not know how good. And so there's always a difference between what the king puts on and what you wear. Sometimes you may think they are all the same, but they are not.
Different.
Yes, they have some patterns that are in the king's one that you don't find it. So if you you are not supposed to wear the same cloth as a king at a function. If you do, then you'll be arrested.
You'll be arrested?
Yes, you'll be arrested because you are not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. You are supposed to forest. If you are coming from far, you make sure you have to kente.
I wouldn't know that the king is going to wear.
Yes, so since you don't know the type of kente the king will put on, sometimes you are asked to come and sit before the king comes. So sometimes whilst you are seated, somebody will be good. So that this one, if somebody is wearing it, so the king will change and come and sit.
Has anybody counted how many kente cloths the king has?
No, the king's wardrobe, nobody, only the one in charge, Abrasehene.
Oh, you have somebody in charge?
Yes, somebody in charge of the king's sandals, in charge of the king's bathroom, in charge of the king's waist, in charge of... You see,
why should somebody be in charge of the king's waist?
Sometimes when the king is dancing, is this somebody behind him? We call it
hold my waist.
You are right.
Hold my waist, chief.
That's where my house is. The chief, yes, that's some. So when the king is done, you see, it goes with a responsibility.
Okay.
If in the course of dancing the king falls, you are
Executed.
fast. You are not, so you have to be alert.
Even in modern days?
Even today, you dare not that
Allow
the king
to
is
fall,
dancing,
and he
the
falls.
king is want to sit.
And he misses
no,
the chair.
No.
You are gone.
You are gone. It's so like that means you don't know your work. So everybody, the one in charge of his wardrobe must know the occasion that will require the kings to put on different this and that. You have to know all these things, or else, if the king puts on anything, somebody is also
Watching.
watching.
So you have a monitor who is also monitoring the
So at the end
activities.
of the program, you'll be brought to book.
So you have a sandal chief.
The standard chief. Then he decides the type of sandal the king wears.
How about the crown?
The same thing.
You have a chief
so
for that.
it's the chief who is responsible for his wardrobe is in charge of all this. But we have divisions. Divisions. You see this chair?
Yes. The stool?
The stool? This stool is a replica stool for the king. Otumfo says to the second. You see, this stool is given to him on his instrument, and he uses it whilst alive. A year after his demise, the same chair is blackened. We use animal blood, eggs, and carbon monoxide. The soot.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So then, after that, they invoke the spirit of the departed king in it and place it at the stool.
Oh, okay. So the stool room has all the blackened stools
You are right.
of former kings.
You are right.
Is the stool room here?
No, it's at the palace, but not at the museum here.
Okay. Is
At
it open to the public?
No.
I was curious.
No, you don't have. There's no need for you to go and see it. You don't have to. So
I'm just a curious guy.
yeah, no. So that is the stool that turns black
When?
a year after the demise of the king.
Quick question. Is the Asante also the chief of Kumasi?
Yes, he is.
So every Asante is a Kumasi
Yes.
Hene?
So Asante, when Kumasi is also a state, one of the states. And when Asante, he uses Impomponso sword.
Okay.
There's a special sword that he used to swear the oath of office as Kumasi. Then he uses Busumuru sword to swear the oath of office as Asante.
Does every Asante have to be a Kumasi Hene?
You are right. Automatically, once you become Asante, you are also. So we have Asanteman Council and we have Kumasi Traditional Council. So the Kumasi Traditional Council are the states in Kumasi.
Okay.
So when they can sit, none of the paramountcies attends the meeting. And normally it's on Mondays. And on Thursdays, that is when all the paramountcies, about 71 of them, will meet and decide on the case concerning a paramount chief.
But
For instance,
on Mondays, it's only...
for the Kumasi state.
Okay. So you have the chiefs in Kumasi
Yes.
who meet?
Yes,
who
who meet.
Okay.
And for instance, if there's a case involving Mampong stool, it's Asanteman. So all the Amahine will assemble here and adjudicate.
All right.
Good.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we
Who are
have
these people? Oh, he looks familiar.
yes, Otumfo Opokuwari.
Yes.
The second.
I saw him.
Yes,
when he
so
was alive.
the 15th king of Asante from 1970 till 1999.
Yes.
It was during his time in the year 1995 that this old palace was turned into a palace museum when he was celebrating his 25 years on the throne. That is Nana Efiakubi Sewampim, the second. The 13th queen mother of Asante.
The mother of the current king?
You are right.
Aha.
From 1977 till 2016, 39 years on the throne, she passed on at age 111.
Wow.
She gave birth to 5 children. 3 of them are late, remaining 2. The firstborn and the lastborn.
Are those the ones we saw down?
Right.
The lastborn is the queen mother of the current king, correct?
Yes.
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 All right.
Yes. So that's the firstborn.
Yes.
And the lastborn is the current king, Utumfo to the second.
The king looks like his mother.
Yes.
I can see around the face.
Good.
Yeah.
The Asante and the British fought series of wars, which lasted for 100 years. One of such wars Asante will never forget was fought in the year 1874. Sir Garnet Worsley was the lead person for the Britain. So Asante had no time to pronounce this long name, so they shortened it Segrenti.
Segrenti.
So
Sir Garnet Worsley.
Asante were heavily defeated.
He was governor back then, right?
Yeah. Asante was heavily defeated. the entire city was razed down by them. It was after they've looted our gold that we have built a stone palace to house them at Edum. That is where the Armed Forces Museum is situated. So that's where the museum was. So they looted the gold, and there had been several calls to bring the items back, but to no avail. Last 2 years, our King Otumfuo Osei II was part of a coronation of King Charles. So after the coronation, the king met the leadership of the British Museum, Victoria and Albert Museum, and they decided to bring back some of the items they stole some years back. So these are some of the items that were taken away by the British colonial government in 1874 and 1896.
This is over 150 years ago.
You are right.
And this is pure gold.
Pure gold. They are all gold.
I see a dagger.
Yeah. So that is the one the king uses when the king dresses. Inside him, this is hiding.
A bit like this?
Yes. So this one is
hiding.
The necklace is hiding.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So another item. So these are, I was telling you, these are the ingenuity, the creativity of our forebears. They had no formal education, no training, yet they were able to create these items. So telling you that yes, our people were civilized, our people were creative, and our people are ingenious. So you see the beautiful things that these people created some 250 years.
Yeah.
Because these items were being used before looted in 1874.
So were they looted from the palace or something?
Yeah, the palace. So Asante, I will show you, Asante had built a stone palace in the year 1822. So that's where all these items were housed. So anytime Asante received visitors, you show them as a museum. So not knowing these people, when they were seeing it, they had their own agenda. So it was the main reason they came and conquered Asante and took these items out. So not only these ones that are here, we also have some of them here.
Okay, these are more.
Yeah.
Wow, is this a pipe?
Yeah. So the pipe.
A golden pipe.
Yes. So these are some of the items too that were taken by. I was telling you about the Impomponso sword. This is the original Impomponso sword.
This is what you used to swear the chief of Kumasi.
Kumasi,
the king of Kumasi, yes.
And all the Amahine, Mampong, Ejuso, Ofenso, and the rest, they used the Impomponso sword. So I'm tempted to believe that they thought that by taking this sword away, it would deny us of our chieftaincy institution. But they didn't know that the creation of this one is innate. So you were able to create another one
easily.
And that's why we still have, the Impomponso sword.
So this was taken back from Hunt.
Yes, 1896. Yeah.
That must be leopard skin.
Yes, this is a snake. This is a leopard skin. You are right. And you see, there's a story behind this snake with the hornbill in the mouth. You know, the hornbill is a bird, lives in the air, and the snake lives on the ground. This, per what I'm told, this hornbill owed the snake, but it was refusing to pay. Fly, yes. But there was a particular river that during the dry season, all the rivers will dry up, but this particular river will not. And the snake knew that one day he will come and drink. So he waited patiently, and when the day came, it catch it. So tell him it pays to wait. It pays to wait. It pays to wait. So it pays to wait. So, so that is it. Yes. Yes. So that is the crown. Yeah, crown. Wow. The crown. Yeah, the crown.
This was taken back from the.
You are right. 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 Gone good. And so the first one that we saw, plus these two, are from UK. The British Museum, Victoria and Albert Museum, they are all on loan for a maximum period of 6 years. But this one from the Fowler Museum in the US. These ones are here for good. Are here for good. So they are not going back.
What is this one?
So that is a mena. A mena they used to drive away flies.
Like a whisk.
You are right.
Okay.
Yeah. You are right. You are right. Away from the camp. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So that is.
And this is what?
That is Nana Kwakubia, the first seated in the state, and you see the British, or you see them, how angry they are,
Yeah, and not even sitting well.
Respectful.
You're not supposed to sit like this.
You are right.
Your feet are supposed to be on the ground.
You are right.
Yeah.
You are right. So you don't know anything about our culture. They say they were pardoned. Yes.
When was this?
So 1834, 1830, yeah, 40s. Now when
Almost 200 years.
Yes, you are right. You are right.
The guy looks very angry. You know?
Very angry. Very angry. That was the time, you see, 1874 war. I'm tempted to believe the reason they took our king away was the fact that they wanted to avenge the death of Sir Charles McCarthy. You know, he was killed in the year 1824. And from that time to 1874, there was absolute peace. There was no skirmishes between them. But this General Sir Garnet Worsley was a military general who had gone to the India to fight. So he said, no way. These people killed one of our generals. So now I am determined. Even when Asante was ready to pay part payment for the request of 50,000 ounces of gold, this man said, no way, no way. So that was the reason this man was angry. He remembered.
So who is this man?
He was also a military man from the U.S., but he was also a photographer.
Okay.
So he owned this photography.
Yes, but who took it? Because
Yes, one of his boys took it. Yeah.
He doesn't look too happy.
Yeah, at all. At all. Is it and
I see some correspondence here.
okay.
Asante and Major General Wall Street.
Yeah.
I beg also to say that since I have no quarrel of any kind with Your Excellency, you would stop the progress of the forces and let us go on with peaceful negotiations. This was Asante and to Sir Ghana Wall Street when he first joined in 1874. And Sir Wall Street responded, I intend to go to Kumasi. It is for Your Majesty to decide whether I go there as your friend or as your enemy. If I go there as your enemy, I shall march at the head of an irresistible English army. And I must again remind you of the consequences that this may have upon Your Majesty's dynasty and upon the Ashanti kingdom. Sir Ghana was in 26 January.
Yeah, so it was during this time, Kofi Kakari, that the war broke out. This is the part of the stone palace I showed you.
Yes.
That housed the gold.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is one of the Kofi Kakari's chair, a sipim chair that they also took away.
Okay.
Yeah.
The correspondence continues.
Yeah.
Then Ghana Worsley says the Queen of England does not want to destroy the Ashanti kingdom. She wishes to have a lasting peace established with you and to secure you to free access to the coast for purposes of trade. And Asante Kakari said, my ancestors never struggled with any European power, and I cannot do it. I shall only infer Your Excellency's evil intention towards me, but the advancement of your forces. I therefore trust Your Excellency will exercise a little more patience by giving me grace to negotiate for peace. Of course, they didn't listen. And there was war.
Yeah, so you see the stone palace I was talking about, that was where we had the gold and everything. That is where
the fort is now.
Fort is now. Yeah.
Where is the golden stool though?
The golden stool is at Manhyia, but I don't know where it is kept. And it's only the king who knows it, because that defines who he is.
Exactly.
And without it, you see. So downstairs, I told you one of the Sunday kings was arrested to Seychelles for 28 years. That is him, Ajima Prempe, the first. He was 18 years in the year 1888 when he was installed. And at age 26 in the year 1886, he was arrested and sent to Elena Castle, Sierra Leone to Seychelles. And he was there for 28 years. He was brought back in the year 1924, and this house was given him as a compensation, but Asante refused it, paid the full cost before the king moved in. So when he was arrested, he was being taken. Asante preferred carrying him from here to Elimna for about 3 days.
And they carried him?
Carried him with the umbrella on from here, about 3 weeks or so. 3 weeks. That is what Asante, because they had wanted to walk him from here.
No.
And Asante said, no way.
That would be
So about 600 people followed him to the place. So that is it. So on the day of his arrest, that is the replica cloth he was wearing. Ooh. Yes. So he was more than peace You see, even though the king Asante had wanted to fight, but the king said, no, let me go down to destroy the entire city. You see, why was the king arrested? So, some people keep on asking me, why was the king arrested? Because after the war of 1874, they imposed a fine of 50,000 ounces of gold on Asante because of the war. And Asante saw no justification for the payment. So Asante refused, even though they made some part payment, but because the British were determined to do whatever they wanted to do, the king was arrested. So I've also told you that I wanted to avenge the death of Sir Charles McCarthy in 1824. So Nana was arrested. That is the mother, Nana Yecha. She was queen mother from 1880 to 1917. She was also arrested to Seychelles, where she passed in the year 1917.
That journey is mind-blowing. 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks on foot.
People carried him all.
You are
If he
right.
got tired, they would change the people.
Yes, you are right. Telling you. And the king, I told you, was baptized into Anglican faith. You see the cross and you see the Bible giving him 1904.
May 9th. That's when he was baptized. May 9th.
Yes, May 9th, yeah. And you see this miniature ship that played a significant role in transporting him from Elimina to
Seychelles.
Yeah, to Seychelles, yeah, this ship.
His Majesty's
Yeah,
ship,
yeah, you're good.
Archer class torpedo cruiser.
Yeah.
Launched in 1886, commissioned in 1888. Instrumental in the capture and exile of Atumakwempe the first of Asante. It was decommissioned in 1905.
Yeah. So yeah, the last letter the king wrote to the.
Let me read this.
Yeah.
Purpose last letter of appeal to the British to be allowed to return to Kumasi from exile in the Seychelles. Consider how wretched I am, for I was being taken prisoner together with father, mother, brother, and chiefs for now 22 years. And now how miserable to see that father, mother, brother, and nearly 3/4 of the chiefs are dead. The remaining quarter, some are blind, some worn out with old age, and the rest being attacked of diverse diseases. And now I do not find where to glance and where to go to comfort myself. And my sole hope and comfort is by going myself wholly to God, by whom all things are comfortable. Prempe the 1st, Manhyia, Seychelles, 21 January 1918.
1818,
Wow.
yeah.
What is this one? Okay,
So this cloth, on the day when the king returned from Seychelles in 1924, Asante held a durbar to welcome him to Kumasi. So that's the cloth he wore in 1924.
nice.
And here, he was the first to receive formal education. So he was taught how to read and write. And we have this interpreter from Central Region, Teacher Kosa.
Yes.
So he was interpreting, so he returned illiterate and also a Christian.
So he was receiving lessons.
You are right.
Where was the king? The king is here?
That is the king, yeah. And you see Teacher Kosa, and we have the British.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, let's go to our last room here.
Oh. This is our warrior.
Yeah. So the history of Asante is incomplete. That's talking about Nana Asante. She was the one who led Asante to fight the last war against the British. At the time, the king, the queen mother, and other 70 people had been arrested to Seychelles. Not only the king who was arrested, some warriors like the Bantamahene, Mampohene, Offenso, Ejoso were all taken. So that was the very time the British had come to seize the gold stool of Asante. You see, the gold stool of Asante, it is the blood, the soul, the spirit of Asante. Once the gold stool is gone, that could be the end of Asante kingdom. That is where all the souls of Asante are in. So Asante Hene is Asante Hene because of the gold stool. So the British were determined to seize, and the men were afraid to stand the might of the British. It took the bravery of Nanaya Santiwa, who was 65 years at that time in 1900, who said, no way, you've taken our king, we never fought. Taken our chiefs, we never fought. Now you have come to seize the gold stool of Asante. No way. If you, the men, are not ready to fight. You see, there's always a song in Asante. Anytime it is sung, the spirit of Asante is a
I
revival.
want to hear the song.
Asante Kotoko. Oh, I thought you would respond.
What? I don't know the response.
We don't know.
Akuma, feel 1,000 will return. I thought it was a remix.
I thought you were a House of Folk fan. That's why I didn't want to.
No. I wanted the response.
Okay. Good.
Meaning, what does Asante Kotoko mean?
So the Kotoko is a porcupine.
Okay.
You see, it's like we are porcupine fighters. You kill 1,000, and 1,000 more will surface to face you.
So Asante Kotoko.
Ukuma Pemu Apemba.
Kill
Yes.
1,000
more. You're good. So it was Manhyia Palace who led the military. They fought the British for almost 9 months. Because the British were using sophisticated weapons, Asante were heavily defeated.
Asante were using what? Rifles?
Yes, the javelins and other things, and this non-powerful
But
guns.
they had guns too.
Yeah, they do. But it was only single barrel guns, and so they could not do much. Good. So Manhyia Palace rather was arrested to Seychelles, where she passed in the year 1921 at age 89.
I wonder whether her grave is still there.
No, the remains are here at her hometown.
They brought the remains, so they'll come in.
You are right, yes. So Nana has left a legacy for you and I. The name Asantewa is a household name. That every house one enters, at least get one person named after. So the challenge he's throwing to us is, what legacy are we also leaving behind when we are dead and gone? So that's Manhyia Palace that we are so proud of. So you go downstairs right now to wrap it up with the effigies of Otumfo Save to the second and
Awesome.
Okay.
Powerful history.
Yeah.
So these were rooms that people lived in?
Yes, that is the one of the bedrooms.
Bedrooms. Okay.
And the other one too.
Okay. Original. Okay.
Okay, so
All right. So, Mr. Brobe, where are we?
we are at the drums area and the palanquin. This is the talking drums.
Okay.
A tumpan,
When they say talking drum, what does that mean?
means of communication.
Okay. So they what
Yes,
you say
yes. So those times they used it to send messages of the king to the people, recite praises and adoration to the king during festivals, funerals. Everybody knew, understood the meaning it was.
Are you a drummer?
No, I'm not.
That's what I've asked you to do. Asante
No,
Kotoko.
I'm not. So that is the talking drums. I want to have the palanquins,
So this-
apakai.
This is where
Yeah, the
he
king
sits
sits.
and
Yeah,
they carry.
you are right.
Why do they carry a king?
So the king, because in those times, what they did was that they were using the shoulders. Whenever the new king was installed, the chief, they will raise him up by placing the person at the akonkon, at the shoulders. But with time, they developed this one, and instead of akonkon, they devised this one by using cane. It's a cane.
Okay.
And we have a cloth, a grit, and we have 2 long posts to connect through the loops
And then this.
on this side. And here these are the posts, and 4 men will carry the cane.
Form it.
4 men on their shoe, 2 in front, 2 at back. As and when become they change. Yeah, so
It still happens now.
it's still the same. So this is a blend between modernity and tradition. So those times they were using it, and today we still use this one. So as the documentary, you see the king carrying in the palanquin. Anytime you see the king in the palanquin, that's the one he uses. Yeah.
So
And
this was used by one of the kings.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
And
would happen if they dropped the king?
it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
It's a curse, right?
Yes, no, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. Because before they use it, they will come here, test it,
Yeah, to make sure that it doesn't-
everything,
it doesn't fall, the bottom doesn't
You are
fall.
right. You are right.
And there's
you
a
are
chief responsible for that.
Yes.
Who's
Yeah,
responsible?
we have a place called a Swami.
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 Magazine.
No, Swami magazine. Swami. They carry me.
Swami.
Swami.
So the Swami people are responsible.
Yes, yeah. Apart from that, we have other 4 other communities that are also involved.
Swami, yeah, lifting.
Swami,
Yeah,
lift,
carry.
And I also have this one for the Queen Mother.
Oh,
The Queen Mother's apakai.
how does it work?
So
She
she
sits
sits here. They place the 2 legs,
here.
and we carry her.
Oh, so how many people carry her?
4, 2 here.
Two here. You'll put this
Yeah.
on their head, right?
This one on the head.
Yes, true.
Yeah. So 4.
Yes, the current queen mother still
Yes.
carry?
Yeah.
She's still carrying.
Yes.
Why is hers made of wood?
Huh?
Why is hers made of wood? It doesn't look like
Yes. You see, when you are weaving, this one you weave, and this one will carve. So it's very easy to carve this one than to weave. So because we want the Queen Mother to sit comfortably.
And of course, she's a lady too, so she wants to.
You are right. You are right. You are right. You are right. So
More dignified.
yeah. So and she owns the family. She controls the family. She advises the king on the matter of governance, and she also approves the dethronement of the king. She is the only one who approves the dethronement of the king.
Has it happened in history? Have any kings been destood?
Yes, Nana Kofi Kakari was destood in the year 1874 after Segenti War.
Was it the picture we saw of him?
No, that was the Kwakudia the first. Nana Kofi Kakari, whose time the Segenti War was fought. He was destood after the war.
Why?
And because he was supposed to do the right thing, and he was warned before the war, but he did not take the advice. And there's so many things. And apart from him, his own brother, Nana Mensah Bonsu, was also destood in the year 1883.
His brother also has a
Yes, brother.
Two brothers be Asante?
Yes, they are all royals.
Okay, yes, and whoever picks.
Yeah, so he also was also destood. So that is how
Not a good history to have two people from the same family.
same family. It be something. So, so that is.
So these are all
Yes,
been used.
we have been used
Do you know
before.
who used them?
Yes, this one I told you, Nana, it was carried 3 weeks. That's the one.
Which one?
Nana Prempeh the first was carried from Kumasi to Cape Coast.
This is what he was carried.
Yes, he was
No way.
one of them. One of them, not exactly this one,
Okay.
but we have some of them that are not in the public view.
okay.
Yeah, somewhere the same thing in this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are some of the, and these are also drums that are used to convey messages to the king when the king is riding the palanquin. So these they trace
Special drums.
special drums to convey messages.
Do you have certain families who are responsible for?
Yes,
music?
from this one is from the royal orchestra.
Okay.
You know, so they do that. So let's go to. So we see, yeah, Kofo, yes, Otumfo.
young Otumfo.
Yes, the young Otumfo. And also have then Prince Charles. Yeah, now king. And I have, yes.
He gave him the title. Bosumbu.
Yes, Bosumru. Yes.
Kofi Annan.
Yeah, Kofi Annan. I also see him. Yeah, Kofi Annan.
Okay.
Yeah. So we end up here.
Oh, who's that picture of?
That's Opokuwari.
Okay.
Opokuwari the second.
Okay. Ah.
Yes.
Very realistic.
So we have our king,
Yes.
Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the 16th king of Asante. He has been on the throne for 26 years. He is 75 years. He is the last born of the late Asante Hema, Nana Efia Wampe II, and he is the chancellor of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and he has been a pillar to Asante Nation, the spiritual backbone of Asante, of course also in Ghana, and he is a peace advocate. You all know what happened in the Dabong area for 17 years, and now what is happening in Boko is all the king's initiative that is solving the issue. So that is our king. His principal work is adjudication of cases. He has days that he sits to adjudicate cases.
What days?
This Monday and Thursdays.
What kind of cases come to him?
The chieftaincy issues, land disputes, and succession. So that is what the king does.
Where does he meet the?
We have, yes, we have the court, the big compound there. Yes, that is where the king sit on Mondays and Thursdays to adjudicate cases. So that is our king, and we also have our mother, Nana Amakunedu Yadom III.
His elder sister.
Yes, so now that's the firstborn of the late Asante Hema. Yes, yes, you saw upstairs. So Nana has been on the throne for 8 years, and it's almost 100 years.
Almost 100.
Almost 100, yeah.
Long life.
Yes, so that is our mother. She also has a traditional court that she sits to adjudicate cases.
What kind of cases does she
There's domestic issues, mostly domestic issues. Obia Bobi Dia. So,
the king. So what is the significance of the anklets that he wears?
so apart from beautifying the king, they also tell you, see, the king is gold.
Yes.
It's gold, yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
yeah,
wealth.
and this triangles it's not like you see. It's like the Egyptian pyramids. That is where we also share the view that Asante some time ago lived in that place before. They learned the technology of embalming their remains and the rest. So that is it. And there's more to it. A lot goes into it in making this one. So the thing that you see in this one, you see the beauty, the aesthetic of the thing. But there's, you are right.
What is the significance of the whisk?
The whisk, like the emena that I showed you, to drive, to bless.
Okay.
He touches you. Sometimes when you pay a visit, he uses to bless you and to also drive out evil spirits.
Let's check out these photos quickly.
Yes.
So the top one is...
Yeah, so on the day you swore the oath of, so he's using the sword you're talking about, Busumru, to swear the oath of office. And you see Asante Hine and our mother. Yes,
over there.
you're right.
Okay.
You see them, that mood, and you see the young wife of Asante Hine, we have our Asante Hine, the wife of Hine, and Asante Hine in the 50s. So you see them, yes. Here we have the king and some two attendants.
Why do the two attendants wear their cloth like this?
Yes, it's a sign of respect. Okay. So all of them are barefooted. So only time you see this is the jutekudio, that is the silver casket that carries the king's wealth. Okay. Yeah. So always it goes before him traditionally. It goes before him. A whole lot in it.
I read in the past that those who served the king and who were male were eunuchs.
Who
served the king?
No. Those who were taking care of the king's wife, they were the eunuchs. Yes.
Still?
No. Yes, but today we don't have a. Maybe the next 2 months, 3 months, you'll be invited. We are building a new museum. I'll just let you see that is where the here. When you say the here, that was where the wives of the kings were housed.
Why is it called here?
Here is a place.
I need you.
Yes, I need you. And that place, men were not allowed there. And only, even though men were not allowed there, but it was a man who was taking care of the wives of the king.
So he had to be taken care of.
Yeah.
So they castrate him.
Yeah.
From youth or what? Or when he gets to the age? From young?
From young, like sometimes they group them. They groom them and you are castrated.
How do they perform the surgery?
They will do it, so they know how to do it. Traditionally, they had a way of doing that.
And somebody wants to know, why do you castrate them?
If you want, like, the king's wife.
They don't want anyone to go and try anything.
And sometimes it will take about a year before you see your husband. Yeah. And that's why he's taking care of them.
Every day.
What do you think will happen?
Oh, sorry for that. So that's their sacrifice for the state.
Yes,
for the kingdom.
They felt so good that they were serving the king.
Okay.
So
does this still happen now?
No, now we don't have. They don't. They are not at one place.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Then you see, in Asante, we have the left wings and we have the right. They are the pillars of Asante in terms of war. Whenever war broke out in those times, the Nifahine is Mamponhine. Okay. And then we have all the communities under him. Okay. So when they are fighting, they'll be fighting on the right side of the king. Nifa.
Although Nifa is left.
Nifa is
Nifa is right.
Right.
Okay.
So he's a Nifa
Hine. Because he's on the right side of the king.
Nifa Hine and Ewisian Hine, the orphans Hine. Like you see, when the king is late, it is the Mampon Hine who take that office to a new one is appointed.
Oh, okay.
So Mampon Hine is in charge of the Nifa.
Which is the right.
Yes, and Asumeja is a town in the Kokofu area. Yes. He is also on the left.
So he's the Benkum Hine?
Yeah, Benkum Hine. Okay, Benkum Hine on the left.
And what is he responsible for?
So they are, in terms of war, they will gather their military and they will fight on the left side of the king. So at that time, the king himself did not fight. It was his commanders. Yes, so we want to have the Adontin. The Adontin are main soldiers. They'll be fighting in front of the king. And also have the behind. A champion here, the behind.
The rear guard behind.
You are right. Okay. So it was divided according.
Who was in front?
In front, Adontin.
Adontin.
the rare one, Champim,
Then
Nifa Mampong. So Mampong and his people will be fighting and other things. And
was there a royal bereavement recently?
Recently,
One of the chiefs?
no, yes, Mampong, yes, Mampong, yeah, Mampong Palace, yeah.
Has it been
Buried? No, it's in the process.
So the Queen Mother will find a new
Yes, yeah, the Queen Mother will find a new person and bring it for.
So who is in his place now that he's passed away?
The Queen Mother takes, and the Queen Mother and the Konte Hine,
Okay.
they will be taking charge.
What is the continuing responsibility?
The Konte Hine is the head of, it's like he is in charge of the entire community.
Okay.
When the king, the chief or the king is not there.
Okay.
So he takes care of, in terms of the internal duties and everything. So the Konte Hine is the one. So they say like Crow T.
Okay.
The head good of the community. Good. So you see the king in the state. Yeah, and see the guy.
Why is that?
Apakantio is a type of a type of gun that the king dances with whenever he's riding the palanquin. Yeah. So whenever you see the king in the palanquin is dancing, he dances with this.
I always see this expression on his face when he's dancing. It's like he's not smiling.
Yeah.
Did they teach the king to make
Yes,
faces like that? Because all of them look like
yeah.
that
You
when
see,
they dance.
when the new king is installed, before he's installed, he is kept from the public for 40 days. That is the period they teach him all these things.
Okay.
But you have to learn it before even you become a chief. Yeah, you have to learn. That is why you can't be living your life in the US, in the UK, and you say the seat is vacant, you come back. No, you have to be learning all these things before the seat becomes vacant.
So for regular chiefs, they capture you and then they bring you.
Yeah.
How do they get an Asante?
The Asante Hine, as if our elders knew one day he will become a king. So when the king was born, at a very tender age, he was living with his uncle. And the uncle sent him to Wasa area. And even though we have big schools, the Pokuwari, the Prempe, he is schooled at that place, Seviri or so. That's where the king schooled. And when he was done, he was not allowing him to come to Manhyia, as if they knew one day. But what happened was that when the late king passed, about 6-7 people contested. And the Queen Mother decided to choose him. So you see the king in dress and the king in state, all the 2 attendants, all barefooted. The lion is a big, very fierce animal in the bush. So they are the 2 attendants. We have the Impomponsio Hine. The Impomponsio, yes. So he is more or less, when the king sits in state and he wants to send messages to the invited guests, he is the one that the king send a message to him.
What kind of feathers are those?
They are the hawk.
Okay, hawk feathers.
Yes, feathers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you see them. All of them are barefooted. A sign of respect.
Okay.
You see, and you see the king wearing batakarikesie. The smoke is full of talisman and powers. And when a new king is installed, he wears it. You know, in those times, the king was the commander-in-chief. So he will lead the army to war. So he will, to protect him from stray bullets and other things. So the king will wear this one. It's a bulletproof at that time. It's a bulletproof.
It must be quite heavy.
Very quiet, but we have some rituals that they perform that the king will not feel the heaviness of it. So it is, I'm told when the king wears it, he could see from the back.
I see. Like
Yes,
he has a rearview mirror.
yes, and very powerful, no bullet will penetrate. But now that there are no more wars, every Asante Hine wears it twice in his lifetime, during his installment as a king and during the final funeral rites of the late king. And in the course of his kingship, if the Queen Mother passes, he also wears it, yeah. So that is the bulletproof. It's a ceremonial dress.
Okay, that's the stool?
Yeah, you are right, the golden stool. The gold stool, I prefer using the gold because everything is gold. It's not golden.
Gold stool.
Gold stool. So the gold stool.
It has its own throne.
Sure, you are right. You are right. And we believe there is a demigod. And it doesn't sit on the ground. It doesn't sit there. It's the spirit, the blood, the soul of Asante. And it comes out every 5 years. Or when Asante is celebrating a milestone.
When was the last time it came out? Yeah, 2010. That's 2010. So 2015 it came out.
2015 it came out, 2020 it came out,
This
and
year
last
it
year it came out.
Okay.
Last year when it
Ah,
came
so
was
it
25
yeah,
years.
yeah.
It came out, yeah. Yeah.
Is that the king up there? No.
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 Yeah. So these are, yeah, you see the king. You see, this one is Kotokobia. Kotokobia.
Protocol is the
A
porcupine.
porcupine, yeah. But you say, like the one I was telling you about it, the stool that is blackened when the king, yeah, so Kotokobia. When the golden king, the gold stool comes out and it's getting to very late, then it is replaced with this one. And this one is gone. So you know, yeah, for security reasons, yeah.
Batman will try and grab
So we see, yeah, some bishops.
Okay, yeah. Oh, there's one too.
Yeah, there's Montitu, yeah.
Archbishop.
And also have the man who just recently resigned, Anglican Werby.
Canterbury.
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
yeah. And also have, yes,
Oh, that's
the
so
late,
that's
yeah.
Francis.
Pope Francis,
10
yeah.
years ago.
Good,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, the other one,
Yeah,
let's check out
yeah,
these ones.
yeah. And also have then Prince Charles,
Yes.
now King Charles, and we have his sister.
Meeting the sister of the king.
Yeah.
This is
Anne,
Princess Anne. Right?
Prince Anne, Royal, yeah.
2017.
Yeah. And also have Ugandan
The Kabaka.
Kabaka, Uganda. You see, Nana Prepe first met this king also in Seychelles. He was also arrested. They became friends. Since then,
His father or what?
yes, his father is so Asante and the Ugandans, yeah.
We have something
And I also have
Ochihini.
Ochehene, Otumfuo, paid a visit and doing the funeral of Nana Fiako Bisawampim. You see, yeah.
Where is Asante? Here.
Asante, yeah.
It's right here.
You're right.
See President before.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Chief Gabriel Igbinedion of Benin Kingdom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that is what I have for you. Please.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Justice
Thank you.
Okoye.
Thank you.
What a magnificent job.
Thank you.
I have to go and sign the guest book.
Yes,
There's
you
one
have to.
picture I want you to explain to me before I
Yes,
sign the guest book.
yeah, I will. This is we have the A, B. You see, we have some chiefs who came before the gold stool. I don't know whether if you remember your history lessons, the Asante, the Chum entry, Kobia Menfi, Utia Kanten, and Obriyeboa. All these chiefs came before the gold stool.
Did they use them in appellations, their names?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've heard them.
Yes. Yeah. So they are the A and B. Then we have the first Asante when the golden stool Osei the first.
So this current king has named him. He's been named after the first.
After him, because in those times, when a new king was installed, before he was given a name, the person went to the stool room blindfolded to touch any of the stools. The first one he would touch, they will look at the name of the pattern and they will name the person after the stool. And so we have Prembe the first, Prembe the second, and the rest. So Tumfo said to the second, the spirit directed him and touch, and so Osei the two. So from Opoku Osei the two, then we have the second Opoku Wari also came. Opoku Wari was one of the greatest Asante kings. He extended the territory to so many areas. Then we have Kusi Obuadum also came. The third Asante Hene. Then we have the Osekojo Okunwewia also came in, the fourth king. And we have Osekwame. Osekwame also came in. The Opoku Fofie. Then we have Mensa Bosu. Mensa Bosu time. You see, Opoku Fofie and Opoku Fofie and this.
This was a secret Muslim.
Yeah, Osekwame, yeah, he was. And Opoku Fofie died during the year, and we have the seventh Osei Tutu Kwame Esibe Bonsu. You know, they added the name Bonsu, whale. You know the whale. Whale is the big fish in the sea. He conquered the coastal areas, and after everything, they say which animal is very big, feared in this area, and say whale. Then add his name too. That's it. So added the Bonsu to his name. So that's
it. So Osei Tutu the first, Okofanochi was his advisor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Okofanochi. It was during. You see, Osei Tutu and Okofanochi were somewhat friends. at the court of Denchira. Before something happened, they say Osei had impregnated the daughter of the Bwamponse when they had to flee to Techiman, then Akwamu, Nana Asante Sekou. It was at that time that Obrieboa passed on, the chief at Kwamai. So Nana Asante Sekou asked Konfanoche to accompany Osei to Kumasi. So it was the advice of Osei the two of them that they established now Kumasi. The name Kwaman was changed to Kumasi. So Konfanoche, we can't talk about the history of Asante without Konfanoche. So Konfanoche is very, yeah.
I see the history of the etymology of the name Asante.
Asante for.
So
Asante for. Yes, that is, you see, we have about two schools of thought. Some say because of war, Isa is war, and because of Inti. But I beg to differ a little because Asante was never formed because of war. Asante was formed to free themselves from the maltreatment of the Denchira people, and Asante saw that no, the treatment was very bad. So why don't we come together to form a nation to fight for our independence? Hence the name. And it was not like the Asante who called themselves. It was the Denchira people. Look at these people. They are coming together because of war. They want to fight us. But the name Asante, there was a name called Asante Manso. You see, Bron Manso was a very powerful kingdom. And when it collapsed, it gave birth to Asante Manso. Asante Manso is between Kokofu and Asumeja. There's a virgin forest now, which Asante people say we came from. He said Asante people came from a hole. So that was a place that the Asante Manso was. And that nation also collapsed. So I'm tempted to believe that the name Asante was coined from that name. Okay. It's not because of war. Yeah, so Asante Manso, Asante. Yeah. Nana Sekojo.
So he had ambassadors in Jamestown,
yes,
yes. And Dutch.
Good, yeah. Okay. So he conquered. Had it not been the British at that time, Asante would have conquered the entire nation, Kumasi. The coastal areas were occupied by the people, and they were protecting their interests because they knew how formidable Asante people were.
So those ambassadors would be having relations with the British?
Yes. No.
With the people there?
Yeah.
With the guns?
Yes. Okay. So not that because the British were the number one enemy. So there was no, yes, good.
All right. Interesting.
Yes.
Number five.
The number was Kwame. The number was Kwame was.
He was a secret Muslim.
Yes. The number was Kwame, yeah. And we have, you see, Nana Kuredu Yadom gave birth to 6 children. All of the children became kings and Asante Himans. Wow. And so one of them was Kwame. Then was Kwame. Then you have Opoku Fofie. And it was the two Kwame na Sibebonsu. He was also one of the sons of. Then came in.
This is a big one. Battle of the Samanko. So that's the second Asante and British War.
War in 18 when Sir Charles McCarthy was beheaded. You see, 1824 is when Sir Charles McCarthy was passed on, and you see, our king also passed on the same year, 1824. Mm-hmm. Then the Battle of Dodowa, Nana was say Akoto. That is when Asante nearly lost the gold stool. Asante, because it was a combination between the coastal forces, the British, who had brought in the Kenyans, the Hausa people, and Asante nearly lost the gold stool.
Okay, so they lost that war, but they didn't lose the gold stool.
Yes, the gold stool was even captured, but Kontanase Hine fought back and recaptured, yes.
That was a big coalition. So the
yes.
Gans, Dangerous,
yes,
Santis,
good.
Achims and Akwamu,
yeah.
all fighting against
Asante. So that was how Osei Yawakoto came in. When it reached the 9th king of Asante, he was one of the most peaceful kings of Asante. Nana Okudia, 1834 to 1867. He was one of the peaceful kings of Asante. During his time, there was no war. He always wanted peace. Then when he passed on, the famous Nana Kofi Kakari came in.
The brother to the late king.
Yes.
And he won
Yes.
the fight against
Good. So Kofi Kakari's time, he was warned never to involve himself in all these things. He came and see, after the war, he was destood.
I see it right there.
Yeah,
And then
destood.
11,
And his brother, Mensa Bones, from the same mom, Yacha. And you see, when you read the history of this family, you could deduce something from it. Kwakudia, the first was that family, and Nana Yecha was also the family. Nana Yecha and his mother Efiakobi. During the time of war, the Security War, it was Nana Efiakobi who was the queen mother of Asante. And after the war, Kofi Kakari was destood, and his mother, Fiakobi, too, also was destood in the year 1880. And they brought in Kofi Kakari's own brother, Mensa Bonsu. He was also destood in 1880.
Their names, because you said for the Asanteans, they pick
The same
So
thing,
same,
the same thing,
because
because we have Sewe and Yako the first.
so
We
you
have,
have
yeah,
blindfolded
yes,
people.
also, so yeah.
So after the second person destood, then you had Nana Kwekudra the second.
Nana Okuria the second was the shortest king. His years was very, just about 1 month, yes, he passed on. So many things, so passed on.
And then Nana Prempeh the first came.
And before Nana Prempeh, Nana Kwakudia the first, Kwakudia the first, passed on at like very tender age. He ruled for their 45 years. And from 1884 till 1887, there was no king. It was Nana Yecha who was holding the fort until she nominated her own son, Kwakudia, the first. Kwakudia the first, yeah. That Prempeh the first.
Okay.
Prempeh the first, who was only 18 years. So the 13th king of Asante, Kwakudia the first.
You sent some 8 delegates to England?
To England,
To do what?
because the British had wanted to deny us of our rights, our gold and everything, and there was wanted the governor, the representative of the queen wanted to impose their own, so they wanted to hear from the queen herself. But even that, there was a telegraph that was sent to Britain that these people were coming, we should not, welcome them, and they were not received.
So they went to England for 8 months,
Yes,
nobody received them.
nobody received them. They came
How are
back.
they taking care of themselves? Well,
They contributed. Asante, I told you, Asante is gold in here. So they contributed and sent them, and they came back without seeing the queen. And
what happened? So Governor Williams Maxwell. Yes.
yeah,
Kumasi,
yes, fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So that time it was not easy. That was the Asante Civil War. You see, there was the succession to the throne was very challenging, because everybody want to be a king. Do so. It was Nana Ayecha, who was queen mother then, who was holding the fort, and who said, "No way, I will decide on my own son." Prempeh came in, and at age 18. At age 26, he was arrested. At age 18, he was arrested to Elimina Castle, then sent him to Sierra Leone, finally to Seychelles. Then when he returned in 1924, we gave this house to him. He continued to rule, died in the year 1931, and Nana Prempeh II, the 14th king, came in. The 14th king came in and also did his own. He was the one who was able to bring back all the states that broke up as a result of 1874 war. So in 1935, January 31st, that we had Asante Confederacy, where most of the states came back again, and we had the British recognized Nana Prempeh the second as Asante Hene.
Okay.
Because they still saw Nana Prempeh the first as Kumasi Hene.
Yes.
But in 1935, January 31st, Asante came together once again. So he designed our flag.
Flags. Can it be beneath?
Yes, it's going to be. Yeah.
The
So
rich black man.
yes, good.
A lot of things happened in his time. So
Yes.
primary school.
Yes, a lot of schools were
secondary
built. Yeah.
the airport.
Yeah. That's
Owa, St. Louis,
university too also.
Kumasi Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So UGCC time.
Good.
And then from him went to Nana
Nana Pokuwari, the 15th Asante. So he wants to continue. It was during the start that we had the Ghana political instability, the Ghana political upheaval. Yes, during that time. Nana Pokuwari from 1970. So that was time this man, Kwame Nkrumah was dethroned in 1966. Yes. Kwame Nkrumah, Busha came in, and yes, Champon, DJ2. You see, so there was political instability at that time. Yeah. So Nana Opokuwari also passed on in the year 1999. Then we have our king, Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, that he has been on the throne for 26 years.
And was he a brother to the late king?
As a brother, but not direct.
Yes.
Yeah.
The brother. African system.
Yeah, we are brother. We don't have that cousin and the rest. So Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, at age 50, he has been on the throne for 26 years, 75 years. Passion for education, set up Otumfuo Education Fund to cater for the bright but the needy. He's still doing it. And he's a chancellor of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So that is what he has been doing for our nation, Asante Kingdom.
And I love
the
this.
Nation.
Kai Nano. Remember the past times.
Yes, Kai.
This is just a brilliant way
of
showing history.
Good.
The keys here.
Yeah, keys is here for everybody to know. So that is...
I must thank you again.
Good, thank you. You're welcome, sir. So, yeah.
But what's behind me? That's
so that is the king in 1999 when he was wearing the Batikari Kesie. Yeah, you see, he was carried through the principal street to Pampaso. There is a ceremony in Pampaso done before he becomes Asante. And the upper kind that I showed you, there is a small one carried by only 2 people. That they will carried him to the place, and after that one, they move him to stadium, or the chiefs, the paramount chiefs will be waiting for him. So that was 1999. Okay. That somebody painted. Yeah.
There are some leaves in his mouth.
Yeah, the leaves. He doesn't speak. It's one part of the rituals that is nobody talks to him until he's done at the place, and finally he joins the Nananum.
Why doesn't he?
No, there's something like sometimes if you went in those times you were told when you visited Esikadro people,
yes,
they will say you have to go backwards. You don't have to forward. It's instruction. Don't talk.
Is there a particular kind of leaf?
No, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
I love this painting.
Yes.
Wait,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
1999.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Good. Beautiful.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
I can sign your book.
Yes. You have to sit you.
Yeah, well, I have to sit there. Okay. All right.
You have to sit. Yeah. But let me give you a special. So.
Thank you.